All right, play the theme song.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Renazizi. What's the odds? 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 What's
So much Game of Thrones.
Feels good to hear that song.
watching all of them?
Feels good to hear that song again. Back in the studio.
I told you what I'm doing.
February 23rd,
Just watch the last season.
2023. No, 2022. We did the thing yesterday.
No.
2/22/22.
It is.
Today is 2/23/22, not 23. Thank you for joining us. We're back in the studio. Lucas Pearl is with us. Brenton Biddlecombe is somewhere over the sky, flying in an airplane. Drunk, apparently. We've been texting with him, a little bit drunk. He's a bloody married up.
He's going to Florida. He's officiating a wedding.
He's officiating a wedding. He got ordained. I don't know what.
That sounds really easy to get, too.
I know. And you know what's so funny? My brother's a priest, and it's like, I've been asked like once or twice to like officiate, like something like that. Mm-hmm. And both times I was just like, I don't know. I feel like it's like if he was like, hey, I'm going to headline Carnegie Hall doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's equivalent, but it's like, that's what I saw how much he went through to get it. And I get whatever your understanding of religion and how you want to be married and how you see like your spirituality connected to your relationship. If you're a fucking heathen, then you're probably I'm your guy. But like if you have, I don't know, some sort of connection, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I feel like my brother worked hard.
Well, yeah, your brother got approved by God.
Yeah, but for what did Brenton do? $5.99?
Vegas, whoever the fuck is Florida. That's where he's at. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I think you just have to go online and get ordained in some
That's it. Give him $25 probably.
And then you are now the person that can marry anyone in the world. Or just in that, and like, is it like how you get like a liquor license for one day?
Right. I can't imagine gotta imagine it's different by state.
It has to be. There's no way you can just go get that piece of paper and be able to marry anyone at any time. Although I did see this thing, what was it on Sunday Morning News or something? I don't know where I saw it, but there's this town in, I think like Wyoming, North Dakota, somewhere around there, one of those states up there, where they do marriage by proxy because it's still legal there. And there are companies that make millions of dollars a year.
What's marriage by proxy?
So you are a soldier in Iraq right now serving, and you want to get married to your lady, right? Because God forbid something happens to you. You want her because you knocked her up and she probably has 2 kids from you. And you want them to be taken care of. So but you can't be together to get married. So what you do is this service takes care of it.
Oh.
You legally give your rights to like one of the people that work there. She legally gives her rights to another person. They do like a whole ceremony. Do you take this person to take that person, blah, blah, blah. Bing, bang, boom, boom. You're married now. They get like a $750 fee. Over. Boom.
Wow, I'm reading about it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now,
yeah,
but I mean, like you could be anywhere. You don't even have to be in the military. They serve mostly military because that's the situation that needs it the most. But
will they do gay marriages?
Good question.
He says it's Montana and North Dakota.
I did not. That's a good question.
Probably not.
I say they didn't at the beginning, but you know what talks? The money talks, guys. The money talks, and next thing you know, it's fucking. Can you marry Chuck and Larry? Can we marry Chuck and Larry? Brenton could get into that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think that is the only state is like the one up, whatever this North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming state is. That's the one that has the law still. But seems pretty lucrative. These people looked happy. Mm-hmm. Speaking of lucrative, we haven't gotten together since the Super Bowl. I figured we, maybe start there. Mm-hmm. Go over what we thought. Like you and I were pretty much on the same page, I believe. We both picked the Bengals.
Yeah.
not only, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but not only because I knew that was the most money to make, but I really thought that the game was going to be close and that Burrow would be able to pull it out. And I was kind of right on one of them, and I thought he could have pulled it out.
I knew he'd get sacked more than 5 times. I think we both did.
Yeah. And the first half, when they were only rushing 4 guys.
Yeah, he was pretty clean.
He got away pretty clean. 5 guys blocking 4 guys seemed to be an effective strategy for the most of the first half. But, I think the Rams realized then it's like, well, let's send the fucking house and see what happens in the second half and trust our, But, I mean, if you look at that play, let's just take the last play because it's, obviously. The moment I saw a freeze frame, the moment Aaron Donald gets a good hold of him, right, is the moment where the wide receiver, the cornerback has fallen down and Jamar Chase is 2 steps with his hands up towards the end zone. Mm-hmm. So essentially, probably a half a second, 3/4 of a second more, he gets that ball off. Mm-hmm. And if he just gets that ball off, Jamar Chase is going to catch that ball. I don't know if he gets in the end zone, but if you see the moment, he's going down in a wide frame. He's going down. I got him by the hips, and the cornerback fell down. The safety is never going to get there, and he is, boom, hand up, ready to go. But that's what a man that's over 300 pounds and less than 10% body fat.
It's so funny. I remember when he was coming out of the draft in 2014, all of the scouts said he was undersized. And they still say that.
What is he, only 6'2"?
He's only, he's shorter than that, I think. I think he's like 6'1".
Yeah.
But goddamn, like he is, plus 240, 250 at least with minimal body fat?
Yeah. Like insane.
He's the best player in the NFL. He's why the Rams won.
You can tell that he is in pristine shape because he has zero ability to retain alcohol and be able to continue. Right. He probably has he's not like one of those guys that's like, hey, not only that, but he can also drink a fucking 6-pack a day,
right? And
there's no problem at all. Like he could tell, booze or liquor hit him pretty quick because he got a little loose in that parade. I like it though.
Yeah. I honestly have more thoughts probably on the parade right now than the fucking game.
I know the game seems like an afterthought at this point. But the fact that I did watch in Cantu. Okay, I did pay my bet off.
How is it? I haven't even seen it.
I cried my eyes out. All right, so I watched it on the plane to California. Yeah. So I'm on the plane, which we were going to do a podcast last Friday, but I'm on the plane, and then we got to LAX, and then the nightmare begins at LAX, okay? The nightmare of we have landed, but we have no gate. We have nowhere. We are people like Joseph and Mary going, do you have any rooms at the inn? Please. Hello, can we please get off this plane? 1 hour on the tarmac waiting for fucking gate. Then we had to get the rental car. Then everybody's hungry and we had In-N-Out right then instead of starting to fucking head back in rush hour Friday traffic to the area we were staying at. So 5:30 comes around and we come banging into the fucking hotel all banged up and shit like that. So we didn't do a podcast on Friday. But I did watch Encanto just in case we were going to. And I'll tell you this. It is a beautiful film. I get the music. I understand all of it. I did cry. It was emotional. But I'm not I see people now walking around their house singing and dancing. It's like, okay, I'm not doing that for anything. You know what I did that for? La da 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 da. It's the motherfucking D-R-E Snoop Dogg motherfucker. That day on Sunday, I was psyched. Because that was like, oh shit. Not only am I going to win money because the Bengals are going to go through the roof tonight, but I'm also going to get to see some of my rap heroes perform at the halftime show. So that's the only time I walk around the house singing. But Encanto was beautiful. On planes, especially when I had a cocktail because I was like, fuck it, whatever. And so I'm on JetBlue. I get free drinks, even in the back. But I had a wine and then I watched Encanto. No tears, but I felt emotional. Right? Peed. Get Back. What's the next movie I want to watch? The
John Wick.
No, the Kurt Warner story.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's too. How are you doing that to yourself?
Didn't know, bro. Didn't know it was going to be as I was weeping openly.
More for the Kurt Warner story.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, dude, he's a god in Iowa.
Bro, weeping openly. I mean, it's not Rocky.
Yeah.
And it's not Rudy.
But it's real.
But it's real. It is so real, dude. It's real. This guy played shit arena football.
Dude, he was stocking grocery shelves at Hy-Vee. Everyone in Iowa knows Hy-Vee.
He married a chick that honestly nobody else wanted.
Yeah.
And that is the most beautiful part. Like nobody, and he just loved her.
Well, and she loved him.
And
he was
she
just
loved him.
A fucking guy with a dream.
And this guy, I mean, first of all, Zach Levi.
Yeah. Zach Levi.
Levi. Did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
Handsome, looked like he could throw the football. Like it was like, perfect. But and what's his name?
Dennis Quaid is Dick Vermeil.
Plays Dick Vermeil, dude.
But
Some fucking other guy plays Mike Martz, and you're like,
yeah,
who's like autistic and just yelling at him the
who
whole
plays
time.
him perfectly.
Yeah, it was great.
But no, Vermeil definitely didn't cry enough. I remember in real life he was known as a
Vermeil
real
would cry all the time.
Yeah.
The drop of a hat. Vermeil was crying. But I think Quaid did the whole like youthful, boyish sort of wonder. He nailed that. Again, look, I'm not saying you have to see this film, and I don't know how he got off the Super Bowl to get to this, but the point is, I wept openly, and not since I've thrown up in my mask on the plane have I been so embarrassed, because the lady next to me, who was not my wife, was like appalled that I was watching this movie, and like, like doing the.
So have your kids seen Encanto?
No.
Okay, so you're the only one in the family who's seen the Disney Pixar
I
movie.
think they may have seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they saw it.
And they didn't see the underdog story either.
No.
Okay.
No, they have to.
So you're watching this alone.
Alone.
Surrounded by
So,
strangers.
you got JetBlue, you got your little things right here. So I got my own situation. So I'm watching it alone. I'm having, bing, bing, another cocktail, dude. Mm-hmm. And then fucking, and I knew what was going to happen. I know he wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I didn't know the journey.
Yeah.
I didn't know the journey.
Oh, I saw him as a kid play arena football for the Iowa Barnstormers.
You went to one of those games?
Yeah, with my stepdad. And people in Iowa knew.
Did you go to the games? Because in the movie they have him playing like literally in a thing that's attached to an actual
he played
like rodeo.
Yes, they played in. It's called the Barn. It's still there. It's called Vets Auditorium. It's where Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off the bat.
Oh man, Des Moines?
Yeah, Des Moines. I was there. I was back home in October at Dean Del Rey. We did a weekend, and I took him that spot. And I got Texas
man.
to Bear.
You could still feel the fucking energy in here, man.
Exactly.
Wow, great, man.
But Elvis used to play the spot. It only seats like 9,000.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of, like, the wrestling tournaments are all there, so it's a big deal. But yeah, everyone knew Kurt Warner, and they were like the Buffalo Bills of the Arena League. Like when the Arena League kind of got hot in the mid '90s. They made it to is either like 3, I think it was 2 or 3 straight.
Well, in the movie, he lost one.
Yes. They made it to like, I want to say it was 3 championships, and they lost every time.
And then he gets the tryout for the Rams.
Yep. He played for the Packers first, I believe.
Yeah, well, that's in the movie. He plays for the Packers, first day of the practice. I mean, spoiler alert, everyone. If you haven't seen this, if you don't know the Kurt Warner story, well, then, go get drunk on a plane and go watch this thing. But it's perfect.
You know what's interesting about it too, though, Steve, is they could do a second part of that movie, because remember, he goes to the Giants, plays the first 6 games of Eli's rookie year, and then I think they're like 3-3. They're like average. Then Tom Coughlin benches him, puts Eli in. He goes to Arizona. Leinart starts for the first couple years.
Yeah, this is all after the Rams.
Yeah, all after the Rams
yeah.
shit. And then they eventually, after a few years, realized Leinart sucks. And
put him back in.
And they takes him to a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot that Larry Fitzgerald year with the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that James Harrison interception, pick 6 right before halftime, the Cardinals beat the Steelers.
Oh, my God, he ran that fucking thing back.
Yep.
Dude. Yeah, imagine he won another one. Because he only won one with the Rams,
Dude, he'd
right?
still be crying right now.
Oh my God, dude! Part 2. But just how earnest he was, and like how committed he was to the family. I mean,
yeah, good dude.
I can almost get it again, dude. I can almost get it again. Yeah.
So, Super Bowl question, though.
Okay.
How much does it piss you off? Because it pisses me off. I'm not even a Giants fan. That Odell Beckham has a Super Bowl ring that he earned in, 6 weeks? Mm-hmm. And he's crying.
Well, so does Weddle. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Beckham. Look, I felt bad for Beckham. I don't know.
Do you think the Baker shit makes it? Because he went through a lot the last couple of years.
I don't like it. I feel weird saying I felt bad for Beckham. I do think he was underutilized and underappreciated in Cleveland. And I think a lot of like the credit went to Baker Mayfield for whatever reason for their success, but never really the negative stuff when it didn't. I don't like the tactics of the way he went about, like kind of, outing him with the videos of him being open and all. Remember like his dad or something like that?
Yeah, his dad's a good editor. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was great. But then you go back and then he goes to the Rams and, all he did was be quiet and show the skills that we all kind of knew he had. So I was happy for him getting to the Super Bowl, getting in there, scoring a touchdown. I knew all this stuff was he was capable of. And then I felt bad when he when he got his leg, when he tore his ACL. Mostly because I had 2+ touchdowns and a plus 800 on that. And thought I was in the fucking money.
You did the prop bets too?
I did. The only one I made it on was T. Higgins having a touchdown was plus 500. Mm-hmm. But by the way, the daily the betting stuff got wild at the Super Bowl party I was at. We were betting $1 on DraftKings each drive.
This is all New York, right?
This is all New York.
Okay.
Like, so then it would be like third down. We'd all be like, and it would come up like if it was third down for the Bengals, right? The Rams would be like not up yet, but you could see what the punt, touchdown, turnover lines were going to kind of be. And then as soon as it was they kicked it back or whatever, boom, commercial, boom, they lit up. Everyone's got their dollar. We all bet $1. What's going to happen? And it was amazing because Jonah was so into this and was so wrong every single time. And I would bet the complete opposite. My thing was to bet the complete opposite of Jonah. So I think one time the Rams was like, they were like 3rd and 12. And Jonah had bet punt, right? And he's like, yes. And it was just, I think it was the lace the Cooper Cup all the way down the field for a touchdown. And I had touchdown. I'm running around the house. Yeah. And he's like, damn it. I'm like, dude, this is how it works.
Yeah.
This is how it works.
You're winning money and teaching your son a
also
valuable
this.
lesson.
I have friends in New York that don't know how to use the app Facebook, right? That well. It's complicated. They don't want to do it. But DraftKings, Sportsbook, boop, 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 they're like fucking all over it. So is legalizing gambling actually making an effect on potential, more gamblers and possibly problems? Absolutely. Based on the small percentage of people that I am around, absolutely.
Well, especially
everyone I know has opened an account. Every single adult male.
And like the stock is really taking a shit in the last, like it's down, God, I'm going to say 70% from its all-time high at least. Why do you think
that is?
Because they lose so much money, Steve. They spend, I want to say, I think they lose $3.40 a share. They spend $100+ getting every new customer because they have these stupid bets. If a team scores a touchdown this weekend, you get $100. You've seen the commercials.
Yeah.
I mean, see how much money they spend on marketing. That you would think sports gambling would be a huge boom as far as like something to invest in, but they're all like FanDuel. For some reason, because I use DraftKings, Biddlecombe uses DraftKings.
I use DraftKings.
FanDuel is still the most popular app, though, as far as I read, which was last week in our country, and they're based in Europe.
Really?
Yes, more
more than any of the social media ones.
But DraftKings does spend so much money. I mean, every fucking commercial I see on ESPN is DraftKings.
And those partnerships that they have with all the major sports are not cheap.
No,
because
No,
they're new money.
Yes.
So if you got new money, we know you got money.
No, they're spending a lot of money to get people addicted, and it's worked.
It's worked.
Because I love it, and I'm like your friends. I can use it without even looking at it.
I know. I'm doing it with golf. I'm
so the live betting,
I'm killing it in golf this year.
Really?
Finished second this week in Ken's fucking
Illuminati
pool that he's got over there.
Really?
It's like, dude, I got a system now that is, and people are asking me about my system, and I'll never divulge. No, it's a 3-pronged system. It requires a lot of watching golf, which check.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of inside information, which I can't get into right now. Which is not legal, but I mean technically, but it's
I was gonna say
legal. And then something called your gut instinct, and just having the feel for
That's
something.
a big gut, Steve.
It is a big gut. It's getting bigger by the fucking day. That's why I'm wearing a big fat sweatshirt today. Oh, how many chins do I have?
You look fine. No, Biddlecombe, I've tried to divulge his secrets the last couple of years, and I realized he doesn't have any. He's full of shit.
Of course he is. He's full of shit. But he is kind of right sometimes. I do think we were talking about before you got on, the stock market is going to decline.
That's my prediction, yes. This Ukraine stuff mixed with the Fed rate hikes.
Yep.
If they happen independently, it wouldn't, I don't think, budge the market. But the fact that, it's like it's a double, double punch.
You know what?
So, yeah.
We're not going to war, dude. We're not going to war.
I don't think we are either, but we're
not going to war.
I worry that we've already.
What is a war between those two countries? How does that affect our economy? I know it does in some aspects, but like, how can it affect it that much day-to-day shit?
It doesn't really affect
unless everyone's got a lot of money tied up in Russia.
No, Europe gets a lot of their gas from Russia.
That's not our fucking problem.
Right.
Those cunts, they didn't plan ahead. That's why we're friendly with Canada. And if we weren't, we'd fucking go take them over. That's the war we should take.
Over Canada? I mean, you see the shit going on up there? It's insane. Truckers? No, they're like freezing bank accounts to people that donate and stuff. It's not.
What?
Maybe I'm watching too much Fox News.
Dude.
But, dude, that Trudeau.
How much Ingram files are you on to right now?
I'm not that. She's such a bitch.
Oh, dude, she's the devil, bro. And I love her.
Yeah.
I love her.
I can't stand her.
Bro, you talk about a ride or die bitch right there.
That's her.
Babe, I don't know what happened. I came home. I had a couple of drinks with my friends, and I think I hit someone on the way home with you didn't hit anyone. You didn't hit anyone. Mm-hmm. People get in people's ways, and sometimes the accidents happen. Now you sleep tight, my love. That's Laura Ingraham right there.
Yeah,
she'll fucking.
She'll
take care of you.
That's what was fun about the Clinton impeachment series on FX. Is the woman that played her, Colby Smothers.
Colby Smothers, yeah.
Killed it. Really played that like...
Fucking perfect.
Yep.
Sociopath.
Great business. I'm number one.
Yep. Whatever bullshit, I can justify anything.
Yep.
Bring it my way. Don't worry about it. I'll spin it that way.
But yeah, Canada's fucked right now.
I believe she was playing...
Ann
Coulter.
Ann Coulter. But,
Oh, duh. Okay, yeah.
Same thing.
Different.
Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah. Laura Ingraham has a cross around her neck. That's the only difference. She's a big Catholic too.
Right.
So
right.
Coulter, and then who's the other one that was married to the guy that doesn't like?
Who?
The one that
Kellyanne
was
Conway?
Kellyanne Conway. Yeah. That's the fucking.
That's a different skeleton.
Can we get that fucking reality show? Can we get that one?
3 blondes.
I want to see the Conways.
The Conways. Oh yeah.
Bro. What's happening in that house?
Well, they have a daughter that's always...
Yeah, it was on American Idol or whatever. America's Got Talent. She wanted to do that.
Yeah.
If someone at E should get that fucking show going.
That's true.
And pretty soon, she's going to be enough of a joke that it'll happen. And it'll be too late then, but I'll still watch.
By the way, I don't want to get too much in stock market news, but did you see that there's a there's a True Social app, I guess, that launched on President's Day, yes.
Is he the founder of this app?
He's the founder and creator of this app.
What's it called?
It's called Truth Social. And And the app crashed on day one.
It did?
And people were...
So many people signed up. Everyone signed up
and
at once.
And people were put on a wait list, and they were told this is how bad...
Nothing's ever crashed as hard as this.
Oh.
Nothing. The crash was the biggest crash ever. Oh, dude. Truth
Social.
Have you signed up yet?
Not yet, but apparently the people who have were put on a wait list, and it tells you what number you are in the wait list. It's just very poorly. It's like you're number 44,000th in the wait list.
To get in?
Yeah.
I want them all to know exactly where they are in line. Waiting in line. Not in yet. Truth. All I speak is truth.
I want to joke tonight that they ban any post that isn't a conspiracy theory.
It's all truth.
It's a mess.
World is flat. Truth. I'm president. Truth. By the way, he's going to be president again, and I'll tell you why. I'm voting for him. I'm voting for him. Okay? Because
what if he doesn't run?
Oh,
you gonna write him in,
dude? First of all, here's a bet that I would love to throw out there. What's the odds that someone in the 2024 election with the last name Trump is running for president of the United States?
What are the odds?
Yes.
Let's look them up right now.
I'm going to say it's 2-1, that low.
Really?
2-1. 50-50. Because he will be eligible. If he is still as, I don't know, I guess functioning as he is right now, he's going to be the nominee. Or it will be one of his sons.
Well, he's plus 120.
That's almost, yeah.
Ron DeSantis is plus 450. Tucker Carlson is plus 2,000.
President Carlson? Can we?
That would be too fucking funny.
President Tucker Carlson, first president to wear a bow tie to his inauguration.
Right.
Look, I mean, who are we to say? It doesn't.
Can you guess who the fourth?
Don't say Sarah Palin.
No. No.
I mean, I don't.
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. Well, that's just because these are like the four. I mean,
right.
If Candace Owens is president of the United States, I wouldn't be shocked. How about that? I really wouldn't be. What is she, fourth in the possible of?
She's plus 5,000.
That's not that. I mean,
that's not far off.
It's not that far off. Someone's willing to pay you a little bit of money to see that action. Although I think whoever had Stan, remember we were doing for the which songs are going to be played at the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, who had Stan?
Nobody.
A song about suicide that they're going to have at the Super Bowl. And did you think that, by the way, back to that, Eminem, the kneeling thing, did that register with you? I didn't think.
Not really.
I didn't get it at all.
I saw it was a headline, but I'm like, so what?
Unless it's tied into the actual national anthem.
Yeah. Do you think people are kind of over the kneeling shit?
Yeah, because I didn't even really, and I don't, I get, to me, it's only something when it's tied to the national anthem.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah, well said.
If you don't know in the context of like, someone bends down like on the corner, like if someone was kneeling at the corner with their fist up, I'd be like, all right, I think I understand what's happening here, but like, I don't know what just the significance of kneeling during at any moment in life.
You're right.
So it wasn't.
Maybe it was the NFL told them not to do it or something, but who knows if they,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it was. I mean, once you see the still picture of it, you're like, oh, I guess he knelt, but I didn't really.
Yeah.
I was confused by the house.
Yeah.
I didn't get that till after, that it was like sort of like an homage to Los Angeles and
yeah,
the Compton area and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not the bright. I didn't, I was fucking and then 50 upside down.
Well, right. I mean, he looked pretty.
Well, dude, he might not have been fat. He might have been hanging there for like fucking 10 minutes while the rest of the thing's going on. All the blood and everything gets, it gets down. He's going to be swollen when they flip him upside down.
Yeah, the problem is when the world knows you when you're like ripped.
Yeah.
Any amount of weight you gain, people are like, you got fat. Even I was like that.
Do you think that people try to talk him out of the tank top? They're like, you understand? Like he's like, but I'm synonymous with this. It's like, but you can also be synonymous with a hoodie. Mm-hmm. You could be synonymous with a hoodie, right?
You should.
Like,
Yeah, he should have been synonymous with a hoodie.
Yeah, he could have been, as effective with a hoodie on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone brought that to his attention, or do you think everyone's just like, fuck this? He's 50 Cent.
If he had any guts, he would have worn a Mets jersey.
Oh, he had a lot of guts.
No, to harken back to his first pitch that he threw, that was completely awful.
Oh yeah.
But he did have a wife beater on under that one too. I think he had the Mets jersey open, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it is the wife beater that is his symbol.
Yeah.
But I think Eminem should have worn the wife beater and 50 should have worn the hoodie.
Right.
Because Eminem still. I mean, I don't know if he's dyeing his hair though. He looks like he may have that.
He's for sure
the Rudy Giuliani.
The streaks.
Like he's lucky he doesn't get that streak formage.
Well, it's weird seeing guys like him age.
I know. I used to think about that. Like when my friends that were like sort of like they wanted to be like rappers and like my white friends. Mm-hmm. I was like, how is this gonna age? Where does this turn? Like I'm like, when do you become a car salesman? Like you still sort of kick it like like that. Like, but I'm not saying like. I believe obviously Eminem's an authentic person, and but I don't. Yeah, it's strange to see sort of that affect get a little bit older.
Yeah, Green Day was weird for me too. Seeing Green Day age, is strange because they're punks.
Britney, watching Britney age is like, it's made me feel so many good about myself and terrible about myself.
Yeah,
because I'm like, oh my God.
When I saw the Olsen twins at the Comedy Store a couple weeks ago, I remember like when there was the countdown, because I'm the same age as them. There's the countdown when they're turning 18. Mm-hmm. And then seeing them when I did, it's like, oh, they look 50 now. Like they were smoking cigarettes in the belly room, like fucking looking like skinny women that chain smoke and fucking look.
Yeah, dude. You know who's unrecognizable?
Who?
Macaulay Culkin. He was in this week's episode of The Righteous Gemstones, and I kind of thought it was him. When you see someone, you're like, that could be.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't, and it was. Crazy. Like, another, like, wow.
Because that was one of the Super Bowl bets, too, was would Joe Burrow would they reference
compared
Macaulay
to
Culkin?
Macaulay Culkin,
yes.
Yeah.
He looks like shit.
He doesn't look like shit.
Okay.
He just looks like a normal dude that you went to high school with.
Okay.
He has maybe in the eyes a little bit, you can kind of see the young Macaulay Culkin, but like unrecognizable to like anything else you would have ever thought. You know what I'm saying? Like he just looks like a normal dude. You would literally walk right past him on the street.
Yeah.
Crazy. What else did I want? Oh, hold on. I have a lot of shows I want to talk about. Go ahead. You go.
Did you watch the NBA All-Star game?
Oh, that's another thing. Let me tell you this.
A lot of defense.
Okay? Bro, they got to do away with this thing or just change it. Or I heard a great way of putting the NBA. I can't remember where I read it, but it was a great way. And I watched a little bit of the dunk contest, okay, and a little bit of the game. I was busy this weekend, but this is the way it was described, and I want to make sure I get it right. It's like it was like we were all at a child's birthday party. The children look like they're having a blast, okay? Everyone else looks like they can't wait for it to be over. That's sort of the way it is. Like the dunk contest is like for the guys doing the dunks to see if they can do it, and everyone else is just like, it doesn't have what it. They cannot find what they had before. Like they've tried so many different variations of like clocks and attempts and this and that. It's like these guys are trying to do, and they keep trying to do harder and harder things, which is great. But, it's like.
Do you feel all the dunks have been done too?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know what.
I think
but then again, like, you see on YouTube and stuff, sometimes these fucking like street kids are out there pulling shit you've never seen before.
Yeah, they should be in the contest.
That's what they should do, dude. You know what they should do? Keep it to the skills, the 3-point contest, right? And then have a dunk contest, right? Where you get one shot, and they invite in these street kids too, right?
Yeah.
And either you have the NBA guys fucking judge it, or you go, dude, you want to be in this thing too? You got one shot at your fucking dunk. Okay? And that's it. You don't get fucking 3 attempts. It's like, I want to see the fucking dunk.
That was a big
Go
thing
in.
on Nate Robinson when he beat Dwight Howard. Remember, that was like arguably the best dunk contest ever. And it went to the finals, and Nate Robinson was trying to pull off this dunk that he took like 15 attempts on. And people were just like, and then next year they put up rules.
Yeah, there's like 3 attempts or a shot. It's like, it's not worth, but yeah. And then the All-Star game is like,
A lot of defense. I mean, they really just cleared the way. They were Moses.
I mean, like, so what are we watching here then? Like,
yeah.
What is this like?
Watching Steph Curry fucking shoot 50 foot.
It's turned into now the Pro Bowl where it's unnecessary. And at the same time, they had the NHL All-Star Day, and that's still the skills challenges were all fun.
Yeah, baseball is
there are way more goals in there because there's no one's trying to kill each other, checking each other. The defense is toned down a little bit, but like they're not just like letting the best players in the world freely up the fucking ice to shoot and see if the goalie can just stop it. It's like there is a version of defense being played.
Yeah, I still think baseball has the best one.
Yeah. Because it's the least impactful, until fucking, Shane Bieber goes out there and throws and blows his arm out on a pitch. And next thing you know, you're like, what the fuck are we doing out here?
Yeah.
It's also at the right spot, too. It's at the middle of the season.
Right.
Where you can kind of like celebrate a little bit. And I feel like, the NBA does it in the middle of the season, too. But most of these guys, and I guess the same thing in baseball, too. But most of these guys just want to get the fuck out of town. They want 4 days off. But baseball, it's like,
Well, the NFL had to have their fucking Pro Bowl in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Real good idea.
Where are they doing the draft?
Where is it this year? I mean...
Wait, I think the draft might be in Vegas, right?
It was supposed to be in 2020, and then where is it? Because it's supposed to be, remember, they're going to have a moat, and players going to be floated or they're going to have the podium in the middle of like a... fucking waterfront. They're gonna have.
Oh, they're gonna do it at the Bellagio, like at the fountains.
Yeah.
What?
They were going to. This was, and then COVID happened. Let's see. Where is it? First thing that comes up
where like the fans could be up close and boo Goodell. Like that's what people love. They don't want to shout over a fucking fountain.
I think it is Vegas. Yeah, it is Vegas.
It's in Vegas,
huh? It's Vegas. That you think they'll change that? That doesn't say. Well, apparently also there's some agents holding out at the combine. I don't know much about this story. Did you see that though?
No.
Yeah, there's players holding out at the NFL combine.
Why?
COVID.
Brian Flores?
Yeah. Well, he got a job.
He did get a job. Probably the only place he could get a job. Dude, so what's going on with this whole, like, yesterday got leaked that he didn't sign some sort of NDA that would have gotten him an extra couple $1 million or whatever like that. And the Dolphins are categorically denying that this even exists.
Yeah.
Like, in what world, like, I have a lawyer, you're the team, right? You obviously have a lawyer, the owner. Like, hey, like when I go to a meeting, I'm like, I know the paperwork that like here's the paperwork you're going to be presented with. Like, you get a copy and I get a copy. Like, he's saying that they're saying that this document, this discussion never even existed or happened. They're not splitting hairs of like my version is this and your version is that. They're categorically denying that these things ever happened. So someone, Flores or them, are just like they're all out, like 100% pot committed into fucking lying.
Who do you believe?
Look, I can't see a reason why Brian Flores would take it upon himself to go, I'm going to go out on a limb and rightfully so, as a cause for my fellow black coaches, people, and football enthusiasts to be able to rise to as high as they can possibly go, and do that with making it like,
yeah,
like you gotta, like, you have to. understand that everyone in the world is going to cross-examine you. Like, they've got more money and better lawyers than you. So that leads me to believe they have more opportunity to hide something. It would baffle me if he was like, because if it turns out he is a liar, do you know how bad that's going to like make the rest of this movement look?
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, this whole thing of like, if he has a lawyer, which he does, every interview he does, he's got 2 of them. Obviously, they're new lawyers; they're not the ones. But like your agent, you're like, he has to have some representative with him at these meetings, at this thing where like, even his agent, it's like he gets the phone call. We're not gonna, we're not gonna hire Brian back or whatever. It's like, all right, well, we'll look at, and obviously we gotta go different ways. And if you would mind just contacting me, he has to come in and sign the NDA or whatever. Like, another person has heard that now. Like, like, that's something he's going to have to produce. He's going to have to, because there's no way, if it did exist and only one party had a copy and it was them, it's gone, dude. You're never going to get your hands on it now. It's gone. That's what all these guys, 32 of the richest people in the fucking planet, certainly in our country, you're not going to get it over on them. And there's only one job he can take now, and I'm glad that Mike Tomlin gave him an opportunity. And he's under like the Rooney, so it's like I feel like he's protected there, and he'll have a fair shot of not only doing his job but being able to also continue his lawsuit.
Which is so weird.
I think they'll be able to separate it better than everybody else.
Yeah.
I think if he was at the Houston Texans, if he was the head coach there, it would still be like it's all on me to make sure this team and this franchise is going in the right direction. But I'm also, the head. I also have this fucking lawsuit going on as an assistant coach with Mike Tomlin as your shield in a sense. Mm-hmm. You have the opportunity to do your job. And also continue the
he's a positional coach, so he could honestly focus 100% on the lawsuit.
And I'm sure he's a great, if he can coach defense the way he did in Miami, I'm sure he can help,
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh generally has a pretty good fucking defense, so.
And good linebackers.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll be fine. But I'm happy that he got a job.
Yeah, and fuck the Dolphins. And I could see the NFL taking that team from him if they find out that they tried to tank for Tua.
They will. They will. And I heard Kanye wants to buy the fucking Broncos.
No.
That's what I heard, too.
I heard Byron Allen, too.
Byron Allen is the other one I heard. But, yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you, though. What is this? Why are these players...
oh, no. It just says something about COVID protocols, but...
Oh, so they don't want to wear a mask and lift weights.
I don't know if that's what it is.
They don't want to wear a mask and lift weights.
Yeah, up to 155 players will announce NFL Combine boycott on Monday.
Well, were they not vaccinated? I mean, I don't know what the fucking rules are anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, no one is getting vaccinated under pressure anymore. It's over.
Yeah, it says the league intends to create a bubble environment which will strictly limit the ability of players to interact with others. So I don't know what the NFL's plan is at the Combine, if they're still doing COVID protocols. I thought we're over it. Dude, California's dropping the mandate or LA's dropping it on Friday, right?
Look, I got my fucking mask on right here just in case some cunts like wear a mask. But I walk around now like a fucking Karen, dude. I mean, you're not making me wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
That like under the. But if you tell me to wear a mask, I'll definitely put one on. I'm not gonna fucking push back at you at all.
Yeah.
But like I'm going around like I'm not wearing a mask.
Well,
but I mean, go to the airport. I know when I walk in, I have to put the mask on there.
Yeah, the FAA's had some serious problems.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we had a lady on the flight.
No, really?
No, not. She was just, one of the flight attendants was like, she was a nose checker. She was like, got to be up a little more sugar. Like she always put it with a positive spin at the end. But I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I'm done with all that. Yeah. Aaron and I were talking about COVID. It's like, we got it. You didn't get it. Some people got it. Some people didn't. Some people didn't get it and they thought they had it, and vice versa. The point is, we can't do this anymore. Old fatties died, and it was sad. But we need to move on now. Okay? The only people really going now from this thing are the oldest and the fattest of fatties. And that's it. Everyone else was going to get a bad cold.
For the record, I didn't say any of those things.
I heard Aaron say all that. Oldest and fattest was Aaron's direct quote. No, dude, it's like, what are we doing now? Give me a fucking break. And only the kids in school, they still have to wear the mask.
Yeah, we're over it. Even on stage.
Bro, every rule, the kids got to wear a mask. This is how they wear it. Ready? When they play basketball. Every week in baseball, I watch them wear it like this. This is how they wear the mask. They run up and down the court like this. I go, this is what we're doing. Like,
I feel safe.
And everyone's fine with it because they're wearing the mask.
Right.
But I'm like, what's happening here? Can we stop with this? This is enough.
I think we can.
Yeah, we can.
It's over. We beat it.
And if it gets bad, we didn't beat it. We lost like we this is what we always do.
Well, I mean, I'm not an older fatty, so I beat it.
We all beat it, but like we did a terrible job.
Yeah.
We fought each other. We punched each other. We hated each other. We spit at each other. We debated over every fucking thing. Anytime we can get something right, we were 5 days behind.
Yeah.
We fucked it all up.
It's nuts. And then all this shit feels over, and then Ukraine, like feels like Europe's going to war now.
And let me tell you, we're not ready for war. We're not ready at all.
We're too old and fatty.
And they know it. We're old and fatty. We are old and fatty, dude. We are recovering right now, dude. From a lot of different shit. And they know it. And so that's why fucking Putang is going in. He's like, I'm getting that sweet, sweet Ukraine puss. And you're not stopping me.
You thought he'd wait till the Olympics were over.
I thought it was going to be closing ceremony, dude. Well, once he heard that skater wasn't going to get her medal, he's like, fuck this shit.
I'll get mine.
Yeah, we're going to get our medal, and we're going to eat it, too. So, we're not yeah. And look, again, I'm not a smart person when it comes to this stuff, but I know my gut. We're not ready for we're not going to war, dude. Nobody wants to go to fucking war. Only the people that run, like, the military complex want to go to war.
And they're not powerful at all.
They don't have any lobbyists. We're going to war, guys. Hey, everyone. What's the odds we're going to war in the next 3 months?
I know Lockheed Martin stock has gone up quite a bit in the last few months.
And yet Netflix continues to tumble.
Yep.
Explain that to me.
Well, Lockheed Martin makes money.
We need that sweet, sweet Lockheed Martin cash, dude. Let's get how can we combine sports gambling and Lockheed Martin?
Oh, the stock market?
Yeah, well,
you can put options on Lockheed Martin.
We need a Lockheed Martin insider. Hey, to our gigantic fan base, if anyone works for Lockheed Martin and you know some inside information as to whether we're dropping bombs or we're not dropping bombs, hit us up, and we'll we'll use that information. We'll go from there. Like, that's what I'm talking about. This is my golf
insider info, though.
Yes.
Which golf, you said it isn't.
So I have a friend on the tour that's a caddy. So, I got questions about who's looking great this week. Bingo, bango. Hello.
That's great. And you're sticking to your specialty. That's what Biddlecombe told me. He does not. He got pretty cocky with NBA gambling.
Yeah. Well, he was during the pandemic. I thought we were going to have to get together for an intervention. Because he was doing fucking Dubai horse racing, and Korean judo, like he was all over the place. So,
that's right.
Yeah,
no, you got to stick to your area.
Yeah, the thing you know the most about, which for me is a specific type of porn and golf. So
and don't deviate from your process.
Yeah. And you can't. Yeah, so far, and it's funny because there's a new guy that's in our league this year. This kid Nick Slavin that I played golf with, and with Teebs. And he's in it, and he's super into it too. But he's like, he wrote me the other day. He goes, "Well, what's your process, dude? You're killing it." And I go, "I got beat up the first year, just like you will. It's like Jordan's first year in the league. You got to get beat up. Second year, you get your footing. You figure out what's what are the big tournaments. You start to look at who the big guys are in the league and who they're picking, and you kind of sense a little bit of a pattern. And then towards the end of last year, I went, ooh, I won one of the last weeks of last year. And I figured it out. I go, oh, I got this now. And I made it to the playoffs, and I, finished, I think, 10th in that of 48 teams. But this year, I'm 5th.
Wow.
Out of 48 right now.
That's
Finished
pretty
second
good.
this past week. Yeah, because I'm trusting the process.
Now,
I trust it.
One thing I've learned about gambling, too, and I've heard this said, is the worst thing that can happen is you win a lot of money early.
Yep. And that's what happened to our friend Biddlecombe.
Yes.
It was too soon for him to win that money. He was like a rat packer in the 80s. You know, like he got a big windfall in the beginning and then he went fucking wild with it. And he lost his way. He became,
Started taking the Falcons every fucking week.
yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's out there. Look, today, for example, he's up there, first class, drinking, boozing it up.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Eating breakfast. Told us he's eating breakfast. Fuck you, Brenton.
Yeah.
I didn't even have breakfast yet,
No.
and I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
This is what we're saying, man. You got to. He has to be humbled a little bit, and I think this has done it for him. I think losing it, at some of that stuff has brought him back down to earth, shall we say? I don't want him to crash. He hasn't gotten. Unless you know something. I don't know.
We all get humbled.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown out like a Mattress Max size bet yet, right?
No. He's the smartest man I know.
Mattress.
He really is. He's still. I do believe he will win $1 million again.
Bro,
he will.
I'll tell you right now. I won't do well psychologically if he wins another.
If he does it, you're fucking.
You
house.
will have. Yeah, it won't be. You'll see a different me. There's going to be a different tone. This podcast will cease to exist, and it'll turn more into a murder crime podcast probably.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
If I murdered Brenton and slyly and then just continued to do the podcast,
That would make a great Netflix.
then I'm like, I don't know where every week he's not fucking. This fucking guy just flakes on us every single week.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I killed him, right? Next thing you know, you do a spin-off podcast with, let's just say, Josh Nasser. I don't.
TikTok famous Josh Nasser, yes.
Which I heard yesterday, which immediately made me want to. I need to buy a boat and go out into the Atlantic and then just follow like the sea for a while. Which apparently is what Josh Nasser does on TikTok to
And
strangers.
gets millions of views.
Anyway, you do this side podcast, and Nasser goes, I heard something about Biddlecombe's like dead, like you haven't, like no one's heard from him or whatever. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you two start to crack the case on a side podcast based on a murder that happened on your regular podcast.
Yep. Trace the money, Steve.
That's like if Tom killed Christina, and then Bert started talking about it on Two Bears, One Cave. And then you were like, oh shit, I think he killed Christina. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a little crossover drama. I like it. Whatever.
I will kill Brenton though if he wins another $1 million.
Well, I do think he's going to win it.
Not if he wins it. Okay, if he wins it over the course of great bets. But if it's another fucking like, ding, boop, 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 beep,
Oh, it's going to be.
one of those fucking things.
I mean,
I'm out.
You look at his lineup that he won the $1 million with. It's like he started fucking Matt Ryan.
Yeah, there was a lot of options that week. This fucking guy. But he is right about the stock market. Unfortunately, I think I was going to kind of, because it hasn't rebounded the way I thought it was going to after that initial Netflix.
Just wait till the second half of the year, Steve. Second half of the year, you're going to have the 2022 elections. Republicans will probably take over Congress, which will be seen as a boon.
So I think what you're saying essentially, is that in order for me to do well financially, pretty much the world has to go in the opposite direction of goodness.
That it currently is.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have to go. We have to do terrible, invite terrible people into power.
Yeah.
In
and
order
the market
to
will
get
do
that
great.
sweet cash that we all sort of makes us happy.
Yeah, because Russia really isn't affecting the market right now, even though they'll say it is. Russia doesn't.
Look, again, to your point, like, I'm not saying he was a good president at all, but like Trump would be like, Putin can suck my dick. Okay,
yeah.
Like, he would quell the nervousness of the market and be like, this guy is gonna suck my dick. Okay?
Yeah,
like he would be like, I called Putin. We had a conversation. I told him to suck my dick. He said he would do it. He's gonna suck my dick. And you'd be like, what the fuck? We would go from worrying about is Russia going to actually invade Ukraine to like Trump believes that Putin said on the phone call that he would suck his dick.
Totally.
And you would be like, this is why, and that's why you'd be like, all right, this isn't that bad of a situation. Let's continue to spend money.
Right.
And the market would be fine.
Right. Right.
Meanwhile, this fucking guy is like,
we're freezing bank accounts.
We're freezing bank accounts. We're monitoring it every hour of every second of every moment. So everyone's like, fucking, what are we gonna do? He needs to come out and say, Putin told me he was going to suck my dick if he went into Ukraine.
It'd be weird if Biden said that.
I know. And it would not be the same way as Trump. He just can't get away with it. It'd be creepy. He'd be impeached.
Yeah.
He'd be impeached.
Rightfully so.
And he would vote for himself to be impeached.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Biden. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think Biden's a better human being, but I think Trump is a different beast.
Yeah. But one we might need.
You kind of want a crazy world leader.
Speaking of biased votes, I want to talk about, because I don't think we got into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Did we talk about this? We didn't. Aaron, are you a fan or not a fan of now what I believe to be the complete excommunication of anyone involved in the steroid scandal into the Baseball Hall of Fame?
I mean, that hasn't totally happened. A-Rod got 30%.
A-Rod, dude, there's no way they're going to vote A-Rod in and not Barry Bonds or... No, Barry Bonds. There's no way they're going to let Barry Bonds or A-Rod in and not Barry Bonds. They might let A-Rod in and not Roger Clemens, but to me, A-Rod, Barry Bonds, completely equal fucking things. Both probably Hall of Famers before they took steroids. And only did it to try to fucking see what's what. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that with A-Rod. I think he was still pretty... He was 5 years into his career before he went to Texas. I don't know. Bonds was like 15 years in.
Yeah. So you're saying A-Rod is... You think that he's more guilty, I guess, in a sense, or like less looked at as an all-star, as a Hall of Famer because of... You know,
he was caught twice.
Yeah. But you still
suspended a year.
But you think he's going to get in?
I don't, but I just don't know who in their right mind voted for him.
Do you know how much the percentage that Bonds got this first year? Because I bet you it had to be somewhere around 30, maybe even higher.
Probably the same.
Yeah.
Well, question two: Does David Ortiz's nomination?
Well, he's in.
I know. Does that fuck with it?
No, because I guess Ortiz never really got a direct sort of pointed finger at.
Yeah.
So I don't think he was ever like, I mean, I think people looked at him very suspiciously, you know, and sort of said, what's going on here? But I don't think he was ever directly, completely 100% tied to, certainly not as much as the other guys were. So,
and he's also a lot nicer to the media.
Yeah. And he got shot at in the Dominican.
So it says 36.2%.
Yeah. So that's pretty comparable
what he got in his first year.
So, and he got up to about almost 70, 65, 70. So I think A-Rod will completely go up. But knowing A-Rod, he's not going to stay out. He's already endeared himself as much as he possibly could. The J-Lo thing was the height of the A-Rod, of America's love for A-Rod. So unless he gets her back, he's never going to go up popularity-wise in the eye of America. So I don't see him getting in on the love of the sports writers.
Who could he date that would make him Hall of Fame eligible? That would be a bump up from J-Lo. Angelina?
No, people don't like her at all.
True. They don't like her.
You got to get like an America's sweetheart, like a Sandra Bullock.
Ooh.
Yeah, like if he needs a stamp of approval from someone like that as to being a good guy to get his numbers possibly above 75%. Even though the sports reporters don't really care. Let's think about who that person might be. I mean, Meghan Markle but he'd have to steal it from the prince.
Which, yeah, I think people hate them both now, don't they?
Maybe the Queen. Maybe if A-Rod was like...
Who has COVID now?
She's got COVID. She's lonely. Her husband's dead.
They put like a respirator on the throne just in case. I read that they put like medical...
Yeah. On the throne?
I mean, she's like 90.
She should stay in bed. Who's dragging her to the throne every day? I had COVID. I was in fucking bed for 3 days laying there. I couldn't get out. I watched Yellow Jackets. That's what she should do. Lay down and watch Yellow Jackets. Which they never ate each other's pussy.
I was gonna say A-Rod could date Betty White, but she's dead.
She's dead. Who's the new Betty White? And by the way, Betty White wasn't so goddamn popular. Apparently, B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan both thought she was a cunt.
No way.
Yes, they called her a cunt. Yes.
It changes.
So I mean, look, there's got to be someone out. Oprah.
Yeah.
Oprah stamp of approval, maybe.
Yeah, Stedman wouldn't mind either. He could probably use the break.
Yeah, please. Stedman would be like, tag, you're it. But yeah, no, he's not getting in, and so I think
I hope not. Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm kind of happy about it in a sense. I feel. Look, I think the Baseball Hall of Fame's role is. I don't think it's right that they're not letting him in. It's to tell the story of baseball.
Yeah.
So how you want to do that is up to you guys, but I don't think it's just to completely whitewash it and have it be, well, this never existed. These guys were just good players and that was it. You got to let them in. You got to figure out a way to explain their story because they are some of the greatest baseball players to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Did they do it on a higher level because of steroids? Probably yes. But Roger Clemens would have struck you, me, anyone in this fucking goddamn studio, probably got county out whether he did steroids or not.
Yeah.
So, I'm happy that they didn't let these fucking guys in, and now Pete Rose is still lit. He's the first one. You let him back in.
Yeah.
He did something that is now legal.
Yeah, exactly. They make money on gambling now. He should be in.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, going back to the Stephen Ross thing, if that's actually true, that he told him $100K to lose games, that is, to me, worse than what Pete Rose did. Because not only are you a pussy and you're not actually gambling with any actual stakes, you're hedging the bets. What's to say Stephen Ross didn't then turn around and bet $500K under a different name for DraftKings against his fucking team? Hello? Brian Flores' lawyers, if you want to say that and have unfounded documented evidence for that, can I at least get a little credit? Yeah. Pete Rose goes in first. Mm-hmm. Then you let these... And Pete Rose, the same thing. You make him say, like, hey, this is my story, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a perfect man, but I got more hits than anybody else. And the fact that I bet on my own team to win sometimes doesn't take away the fact that I am... if not the best, one of the best hitters in the history of this fucking game. You know. And hopefully, whatever mental problems he has, he can straighten them out by being back in baseball again. And
I think they're going to wait till he dies.
That's, and that's the cuntiest thing of all about these sports, is that they're that's how it works. Jim Cott, they're letting in this year, but the guy's on death's door. He's not doing great. But he was an announcer for fucking 15 years, sitting up there in the booth with 289 wins, waiting for everyone, watching everyone else get in, giving them all accolades, knowing they're all juiced up, knowing they're all fucking roided out. And he's sitting in the booth, and now they're going to let him in. So it's like he can walk up there with a walker and barely remember fucking anyone's name. It sucks. By the way, did you see that fact yesterday? Derek Jeter they were celebrating list of players with 3,000 hits, 250 plus home runs, 350 plus stolen bases, and 1,300 plus RBIs.
Oh, Jesus.
The list is 1. Derek Jeter.
And play great defense.
I mean, forget defense. He wasn't a great defensive player. He was pretty good.
Enough
above
to make
average.
A-Rod play third base.
Above that. Well, just because it was like Jeter couldn't. He wasn't a third baseman, dude. We would have been. He would have been very exposed at third base. A-Rod arguably was much better. He was a much better defensive player because he had the arm to play third base and he had the mobility to play short. So, but anyway.
But he's remembered by the fucking famous plays of just diving through the stands against Oakland.
The effort.
Yeah.
Whatever he lacked in skill, the effort was always there.
Wasn't even the best catch in that game.
What was the better catch in that game?
Pokey Reese. They were playing the Red Sox. Pokey Reese had a better catch in that game. In the stands.
Really?
Yeah. Like Pokey caught it in the stands versus
what the
Jeter
fuck, Aaron?
caught it and ran.
Pokey Reese.
I remember Pokey Reese.
I remember Pokey Reese too. I remember being on the Red Sox, and who gives a shit about what a fucking Red Sox player did in the middle of that game? Derek Jeter dove into the stands and broke his face. Is Pokey Reese's face worth $1 billion fucking dollars? Derek Jeter's is, and he didn't give a fuck. You think A-Rod would have went face first into those stands?
No.
Or Gleyber Torres? Oh my God, Pokey Reese.
Yeah.
There are 6 Here's a good question for you guys. See if you can figure it out by the time we end this thing.
by the way, Derek
Yeah.
Jeter's great play in Oakland.
Yeah, what? What are you gonna say
Jeremy
about?
Giambi just killed himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! I thought you were gonna say he should have slid.
Well, yes.
I thought you were gonna say, and that wasn't even a great play because he should have slid.
Yeah,
He would have
both
been
are
safe
true.
by a mile. But you're
Honestly-
like,
honestly,
and
not
by the
even-
way, he killed himself because of that play.
No, I mean, honestly, if there was replay, I think he might have been exonerated as well.
You think he hit the bag before?
I think he
it was
did.
on the ups. Yeah, whatever.
I think he did. But, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, tough. Jeremy Giambi.
Yeah. And from Moneyball.
Moneyball, I know. Another great, not well portrayed
classic.
person. I love Moneyball.
I watch it every year.
I show Jonah Moneyball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just how like you put a team together and how sometimes
Yeah.
the best things don't always work out for the best players, but
Yeah.
you know, just to show like there's a different path. You can still be in baseball without being in baseball.
You know what
I'm
I watched this couple nights ago? It's on MLB Network. It's called Mr. Baseball, the Bob Uecker story.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! I think he's one of my favorite comedians ever.
Dude, his stories, some of the stories like the filthy shit that they would do like in spring training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a couple that Norm used to tell because I heard him through Evit that was like something about like he paid a waitress one time to come out topless and like I don't know the story, but like he really like talk about someone who like had a perfect brand without branding himself and never seemed to worry about damaging that brand. Like any decision he made just kind of helped the brand out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like
really.
he was just a real authentic baseball / guys guy. You know, you would want to hang out with him whether he was a baseball player, announcer, or painter.
Yeah.
You know, a fucking guy that paints houses. So it's like he was a good person to be around, funny person to be around. Would have done well in any industry. But yeah, I haven't seen that one. The Uecker,
Oh, it's
Mr.
great.
Baseball.
He really is my favorite comedian. He's one of them.
One other thing I wanted to talk about before. Oh, by the way, I was going to ask you a quick question if you guys can figure it out. 6 professional franchises. Don't look it up. Have the exact. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, with Jay Larson, and this gentleman at Open Forum asked me this question. 6 professional franchises that have the exact same name currently in different sports. Can you name them?
Jaguars?
Nope.
No.
Giants.
Yep, that's one. New York
Wow.
Football, San Francisco Giants. As you think about it, I'm going to bring up the Saudi Arabian Golf League. You just keep thinking about the question. Let me talk about this for a second.
Rangers.
Bills? No.
Rangers is another one.
Damn.
New York and Texas.
Yes.
Yep. Stay in the same city. A little hint for you.
Okay. Jets?
There it is. Winnipeg and the Jets. Okay. For those of you who are interested, and I am,
Panthers?
bam, 4. There's 2 more left.
Certainly the Kraken.
0. Wrong. Go ahead. There's 2 more left. You guys can get them. Go West Coast.
Okay.
West Coast.
Yeah. People at home are going crazy right now. For those of you who follow golf, the Saudi Arabians have made an offer to start their own golf league, and they're trying to lure over the best players in the world to make the most money. They're offering basically $100 million, which would be terrible for the PGA because... You know, it turned into boxing at that point. Now you got like this fucking thing, and you're the IBF, and you're the this and that. So, you know, the PGA's pushed back. But I didn't realize Phil Mickelson a couple of months ago did an interview where he basically was like, "Look, I know these guys are savages. They killed the Khashoggi, but you know, someone's got to shine a light on the PGA." And I guess those obviously those comments have been taken, you know, poorly. And so he's apologized for him. But I think his point is that there's some shady shit going on with the PGA, and they're not doing a great job of revenue sharing. I don't know how these individual sports work, where they don't have unions, like where MMA and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know who. Sometimes it might take a person.
Cardinals, obviously.
Bingo.
And there's one goddamn sweater.
There's one more. I was hoping you were gonna. I didn't want to go, Aaron, stare at your fucking nipples. There's one more, dude.
They used to be in the same cities.
I know, but it's West Coast. This last one, I gave you the West Coast one because I was hoping at some point you're gonna look down at your fucking jacket. But anyway, I guess the PGA makes a ton more money than anyone thought they made. There it is. Sorry. 6 teams. Bam.
Nice.
The PGA makes a ton more money than they're willing to say. I mean, the purses are bigger than they've ever been, mostly because of Tiger Woods. But I don't know what the PGA Tour makes. But all I know is that if golf splits off, it would be the worst thing that happened to it. It would be the new boxing. It would be so less respected, and it would be a fucking joke. The popularity of the sport is because everyone wanted to watch one particular person who they knew that was the best in the world for years. And that guy, on his shoulders, put all these other golfers that people were like, oh, that guy's great too, and this guy's great, and built a whole generation of people that wanted to be like him. And now they all compete every single week. And it's fucking tough to think to predict who's going to win. I do it every week. Somehow or another, I figure it out. But the point is, you want them all playing in the same place under the same sort of. You want them all playing at the Masters. You do not want. And Bryson DeChambeau's fucking fantastic, but you don't want him playing over in Saudi Arabia for 9 months out of the year, because you don't know if he's the best. And then you start to wonder, and it's like, who gives a shit? I don't like a sport where it's like, oh, I wonder who. We're left to wonder, like, oh, was Tiger as good as fucking Jack in his prime? Those are the wonder things I like to wonder about. Not like, we had the whole thing, who was better, Pacquiao or fucking Mayweather? And they were both goddamn great. And for, because they were, it's an individual, we never got to see the great at the great time together. I want that. We need that. The sport needs that. Otherwise, it's going to go fucking by the wayside. So, if there's shady shit going on in the world of the PGA, I'm sure at some point they're going to fucking find out about it. And I hope they shine a light on it, and I hope it becomes more equal pay. But let me tell you, out of all the guys on the PGA, you don't really have to have a poverty line for any of them. There are no food stamps being handed out at the PGA level, but they could pay the kids on the lower levels more money, which I hope they do. And and it's the same thing with baseball right now with the lockout. The owners want $205 million cap. The players want $245. There's a number in the middle that's going to work, but the main thing is make sure that these guys get paid not only at a younger age, but earlier on in the fucking. In the minor leagues, because when you have companies like we talked about before that are offering $500K for 10% of your earnings for the rest of your life, they're filling a void. They're filling a necessity. These guys can't fucking eat, and they can't train and be the best they can be if they're eating fucking ramen noodles laying on the floor of a fucking Motel 6. So I hope they figure it out soon. I really do.
But if they don't, it increases your chances of becoming a pro golfer, right?
It does. I do open up. I do. I will go to Saudi Arabia to play golf professionally. You heard it here first. I will go to Saudi Arabia to play golf professionally.
Take your talents to Saudi Arabia.
I'm sorry, I will. I'm in Qatar now. Guys, Trey, kids, pack up. We're moving to Qatar. Qatar. Is it Qatar or Qatar?
I think it's Qatar.
Equator?
I think it's Qatar.
Cut her up and send her out because we're moving. No, I'm saying I hope baseball figures out what the fuck they're gonna do, because they have February 28th is the drop dead date before you start to lose. You'll lose like opening day. Mm-hmm. February 28th, and they are not that far. They're not that close. There's not a lot of optimism going on, so. It sucks, and I hope that, they were saying they're going to retire Paul O'Neill's number, the Yankees announcing them. Like, oh, great. But how about, I'm happy for Paul O'Neill. August 21st, 2022. They're retiring 21 out in the, great. How about opening day? When is that happening? Let's get our fucking eyes on the prize here. Right? I'll be in Denver this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, at the Comedy Works.
Downtown?
One show Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday. Please, I implore you to get some tickets. There are a few left. These shows sell out every year. I've been loving. It's my favorite place to perform. I leave in a couple hours to get there, so if you get a chance, please come down. It's gonna be freezing cold, so just come inside, have a couple drinks. We'll fucking laugh our asses off. Do you have any dates?
I'll be at the store tonight. Main
Hell
room.
yeah.
Come through.
Main room. I heard the checks are hefty in the main room.
They are. I'm grateful for the main room spots. And I'll be in San Fran and Sacramento. I believe it's March 9th through 11th.
The old Punchlines?
Yeah. Punchlines and then Cobb's in San Fran, which I've never done.
Cobb's is great.
Yeah.
Cobb's is great. Great green room, too.
Okay.
Great green room.
Okay. Good
Fucking,
to know.
you got pinball, putt-putt.
Really?
Good green room, dude.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Anything else you
No,
know?
I think that's it.
We thank Aaron for coming in. He's not nearly as a fan favorite or as attractive as Emma. I don't think anyone's going to start an OnlyFans page for him.
They might.
Harsh but true.
True. Yeah. I mean, but we appreciate you coming in. I think that, you are knowledgeable in baseball and other sports, so I appreciate your input, Aaron. And you also got the Cardinals, which was written on your shirt.
I
so
really would.
you are
my
super
shirt and
smart.
hat. That would have been really good.
Wearing all Cardinal stuff. I go, first when he says it's Giants, and I was like, all right, well, I guess he's just going to lay up the last one, I guess. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, the first thing I did when someone asked me that question, I thought the Yankees, and I go, the Yankees. Just one Yankees.
Yeah.
This guy's tattooed Cardinals on his forehead. He's like, oh, let me see. The Giants? All right. That's the podcast for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for listening, watching, subscribing, liking, and telling people. We could use it. We have a Patreon, so check that out as well. Brent and Biddlecombe will probably be back. I like seeing you. I love being here. So we got to do this more often. I think I'm going to be back in town maybe in April. So
Hell yeah.
awesome.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.